recording. Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another great, epic episode of Just My Opinion Reviews. Guys, we are talking about this new show on Hulu, Disney Plus, titled Paradise. Yes, Paradise. We are going to be covering the first episode titled Wildcat is Down. It's just another day in paradise. What does paradise mean? We're going to get into that. Until Xavier Collins, played by Sterling K. Brown, discovers one of the world's most powerful individuals has been viciously murdered. Xavier analyzes the crime scene while recalling his complex relationship with the victim. Guys, if you did not know already, let me tell you, this is going to be spoiler filled, okay? Me and my guests are going to spoil this episode up, down, left, right, in, and out, as if you've already seen it. That is your warning. And I was talking about my guest, Mr. Lamont Tyson with Get a Life Games. Sir, how you doing, man? How you doing?
Happy to be here, man. It's always an honor when I'm allowed to review a show with you. A lot of fun, a lot of learning, a lot of entertainment. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Let's do it. His information is in the description box of this video if you want to subscribe to his YouTube channel. Also, guys, it looks like this right here. And if you want to follow both of us on social media because you're feeling our energy, our handles are on the screen. Let's get into this. Lamont, when I first saw the trailer for this, I was like, oh, I definitely got to cover this, man. I like James Marsden, Cyclops from back in the day, X-Men 2000, and a number of other films. And we love Sterling K. Brown. You know, he was nominated for Best Supporting Actor last year with the guy that plays the Watcher in What If, American Fiction. And I don't know if you saw that film. But it was pretty good. It was fantastic. I did a review for that with E-Man, and so you know, we got some talent with Jeffrey Wright, but we got some talent in this right here. So I was looking forward to it. I just thought that this was going to be, who did it, who killed the president. Okay, but at the end of this episode, we found out that they opening up a whole new can of worms that I had no idea that this show was heading to. And you know, it's funny, Lamont, when the episode started off, when we have Xavier running through the paradise, I was like, oh my gosh, look at this nice little land right here. It kind of reminded me of the Truman Show that I don't know if you seen the Jim Carrey movie from back in the day, 20 plus years ago, the Truman Show. Yeah. Fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, guys, put it on your list. But it reminded me of that. If you see my actual reaction, because I recorded myself watching it, I got a full reaction, so y'all go check that out as well. I was saying to myself, man, this is such a nice paradise. It just seems too good to be true. You know, like this is Never Neverland, and it ends up being the case. But first impressions of this episode, this season, this show, I'm really enjoying myself so far. It is very intense. I was up here screaming at the screen like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Call it in. Who did it? How did they get past the surveillance cameras? You know, yada, yada, yada. I really enjoyed it, man. I'm locked in. Hopefully this will end as great as it started out. Where are you at on the show so far? You liking it? You hating it? You somewhere in the middle? Where you at, Lamont?
Oh, I'm loving it. I've been a big fan of Sterling K. Brown since Army Wives. That brother's one of the most talented in Hollywood. He keeps it real for his community. And he nails pretty much everything he does. And my first impressions of this thing was I just sent Beav a message and I said, very interesting, because like B. Avery, the trailers have you under the impression that this is just your general run-of-the-mill murder mystery. But by the time you get to the end, you realize there is a sci-fi element to this whole entire thing on top of the minutia of a murder mystery. And so I'm ready to talk about this thing. Let's get it, B.
Yeah, let's get it. But first, I want to talk about his kids because first we got to figure out what happened with his wife in Colorado. You know, because we was watching surveillance, old boy was like, hey, man, y'all were chopping it up for a minute, good 20, 30 minutes. What was y'all talking about? And they actually showed us, he drunk, hey, man, will you ever forgive me for what happened in Colorado? So we got to figure out what happened to the mama, if she dead, she alive, and all that stuff. But before that, we got to talk about the kids. How did you feel about the daughter? I didn't like the daughter, man. She was a little annoying to me. She was a little bratty, had a little attitude. I'm like, wait a minute now. what's going on with your slick talk about eggs and egg whites and all this stuff right here. Sterling needs to give her a little whooping or something like that, man. She was just talking a little bit too much for me. I didn't really care for the daughter, man. Am I tripping or am I tripping? Let me know, man. How you feeling about the daughter and the kids?
You know, I like both of them. We didn't get much from little man, but I think that because of the situation that they're in without the mom, he's been giving her dad love and been allowing her a little bit more rope than what mom would allow. And I think that he's not going in hard on her because of the situation with the mother. And you want to see a young lady that has the kind of moxie that that little girl has, but you want her to be able to tone it down a little bit. And I think that she was tripping because we realized that he's not getting enough sleep. Mm-hmm. Secret Service agent Collins is not getting enough sleep. And in essence, the daughter is also kind of taking care of him and the little brother is what I got from it. So I would say you're tripping a little bit. I would say she went a little bit out of bounds, but not far enough that it merits, come here and get that pimp hand. It wasn't that bad.
It crossed my mind. I was like, okay, maybe the daughter is actually taking care of the father. However, they did cross my mind. I don't think that's the case. Or she was treating him like the dad was just irresponsible. He don't file his taxes. He don't know how to fill up the refrigerator. Just normal adult stuff. That's not the vibe I was getting from Sterling. He may not have been the best attentive father, but he definitely seemed competent at the very minimum. In my opinion, you have to be if you're the lead of the Secret Service. You're not going to be doing no drugs. You're not going to be doing no alcohol. The president offered him 2 or 3 drinks or drinks on 2 or 3 different occasions. He turned that down. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I respect your opinion. Maybe she didn't deserve a slap across the face, but she definitely needs to be like, all right, little lady, you need to chill out. A little stern.
I know what your problem is.
What's that?
See, y'all don't know Avery be lifting weights, right?
Oh,
and
gosh.
When that little girl told him that you 40, you a little chubby, and you don't need no real eggs in your egg white, that just rubbed B. Avery the wrong way because this is a man that want all his damn protein. Y'all feel me? So he want that little girl to give that man the egg whites plus the eggs so he can get all his protein after he just went and ran a 5-minute mile, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what B. Avery's really mad about with that little girl. But you know what? The little girl cooked them breakfast anyway. I ain't got no problems. And I think about that relationship with my daughter. I give my daughter a little bit of rope to critically think. So there's probably some situation where some parents just be like, shut up, don't say nothing. And I don't want to raise my daughter like that. I want her to question things that seem funny to a point. There is a sticking point where it becomes disrespectful. And I always check her on that. But I felt like in that situation, she was okay. She was okay.
Is your daughter 5 years old yet, or she's still 4?
She's 4. She's 4.
When's she turning 5?
July.
Man, I remember like it was yesterday, bro, when you and your wifey was heading to the hospital, man, and you giving us updates. Yeah, time flies, man.
It flies,
man. That's interesting.
Bro, the little man is 18 months now.
Oh my gosh, man. Little Ronnie Coleman, man. I can't. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I can't wait to see.
And he loves to grab that Captain America shield, ladies and gentlemen. I got a Captain America shield that he grabs, picks up, and tries to spin on it and does all this stuff. So he's going to definitely be going to see some of these movies with his dad.
Oh, that's amazing. I can't wait to do that with my kids if they're interested. But maybe guys, sometime, his little ones can pop in the show, as they do from time to time. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So. That was nice. Now, how do you feel about the structure of the show, it being told? Because when Xavier was knocking on the door, when they was looking for the president, I was like, oh, this is where he died. I was like, so I guess everything that they showed us in the trailers are going to be flashbacks. Now, I'm perfectly fine with that. How do you feel about it? And just also James Marsden filling the role of the president. There was a time jump when he found out the dead body. It went back 5 years. And, Sterling was or Xavier Collins was in the office, the Oval Office. President offered him a drink. Basically, the interview process, he was wanting to know, okay, why did you pick me to be the lead, head security, all of that. What I mean, how did you feel about their interaction? How did you feel about, the president, that you like his role? I personally did. I never seen James Marsden fulfill a role like this before, and it worked for me. I was convinced. It was a bit uncomfortable. Xavier had like a stick up his butt, not being able to relax, but at the same time he's nervous. But anyway, I mean, how'd you feel about all that, man? Was you buying it or not?
I bought it, and to see Mr. Morrison play this role, for me, I remember him from being Cyclops too, but I've seen him play some other roles, so I know he can be very serious. And I felt like the dynamic was a setup to part of the mystery, is what I got from that, because he was explaining Secret Service agent Xavier was basically like, why do you need me? You had one of the best people in the agency serving you. And now you want me? And he tried to explain to him, I want you because you're younger and you're black. And he wants the culture. B. Avery, for me, that was a clue. That was a clue. And basically, the more they got into the story and the exchange of what was going on, the more I felt like, as it unfolds, whomever that guy was that had that role, it's probably got something to do with the shortcomings of the president, which is another reason he got rid of him. And I also feel like that same guy probably is going to have beef with Secret Service agent Xavier, which might have something to do with his wife. So as I'm listening to that and following the story, that's what I was putting together about the person that's getting replaced by Agent Xavier. And I think they fit pretty well. I thought they were a good yin to the yang, because this president is off the chain. And we'll get into more of what he did to be off the chain later. But this president is off the chain, and he got a thing for blacks.
I see. Now, wasn't the person that was replaced, was he Hispanic? Did I hear a Hispanic name or something, or am I making that up?
Maybe. I want to say he said Bill, but okay. Bill could be the other agent. Oh, so here's one of those children you wanted to see. Go ahead and say hello, L, because B Avery's like, is L 5? Is she 4? He remembers you when you was a baby. Say hi.
That hair is getting long. How you doing, sweetie pie? I like your. How you doing, sweetie pie? I like your hair. It's all nice and long. It's pretty. Did you do your hair yourself?
Are you going to say something? Say something. Say something.
Daddy.
Not daddy. To be Avery. You going to say hi?
No.
Hey, L. Oh, you're not going to say hi? Bye. Good night, L.
Go to bed.
Now, the only reason I brought that up is because they was talking about race. He was like, it doesn't hurt that you're a black man. And right. He said 2 other people were black as well, but they're not standing next to him when he is kissing babies. So I don't know. Maybe he wasn't Hispanic, but I would just think I don't know. I thought he was, but maybe that's not important. So I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Also, y'all let us know what y'all think about little baby L. But you can comment on that, man. But what you think about this? Oh, dude took that gun out that microphone and tried to shoot the president. And Sterling Xavier Collins jumped in there and took the bullet. Crazy to me is he was so worried about the president. He took his job seriously. And I respect that he was like, no, you're here. But you're good. You're good, sir, as he's passing out. That's, I don't know, man. Could you take a bullet for anybody like that?
If it's my job, sure. If it's my kids, sure. If it's my wife, sure. That's about it.
Not me? You want to take? I'm joking. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing.
This guy want to put you in a precarious situation.
No, man, but that's interesting, man. That he took that bullet like that. Do you think that's what of course you're going to appreciate somebody taking a bullet for you. Anybody would, but I don't think that James Marsden, the president, it was just a small gesture. Like, I think he really, really took that to heart. And this is what started off their friendship. Like, even just from the trailer, at this point, I've only seen the first episode. But just from the trailer, it feels like they're not just colleagues. It feels like they're friends now. That when the president is out of office, that they're still going to keep in touch, still probably go to a family barbecue, graduations, wedding, things of that nature, check on each other every few months. I really felt like it was a bond there. That may be common sense, like, okay, of course there's going to be a bond. Brandon, he dived and took a bullet for him and he saved his life. But I don't know. I just really appreciate the relationship of the dynamic right now between them. And so I guess that was the reason, the catalyst of why he let him in there, let him know about that tablet. But go ahead. You was about to say something.
I didn't get as much of they are friends, buddies like that, as much as I get that Xavier, played by Sterling, respects the position of the job he's doing, and he's going to do that job. And the president wants to be friends with Xavier. Xavier just strikes me as, I'm going to do my job and I'm going to go home. And the president wants to have that connection with someone like him. And I never really got that they are buddies. I got more so that the president is trying to be his buddy, as highlighted by when he went to visit him in the hospital when he got shot. And he basically said, look, you're going to take a day, you're going to take some paid time off, or else I'm going to have to do the presidential thing. Don't make me do it like that. And that was just showing how much of Xavier wants to just do his duty. He wants to just do his duty. He's going to be a Secret Service agent. He's going to protect the president. And the president is doing more of, I want to win not just you doing this job, but your affection, and I'm going to help you. But B, keep in mind the person that shot attempted to assassinate the president, because I think that person has something to do with what's going to play out later on. That person could be in cahoots with the old Secret Service agent that Collins replaced.
Yep. Okay. Hey, I'm not.
And remember,
it's possible.
They said that they used a 3D printer to make the gun.
Right. I can't just say that you're wrong. I didn't see that coming at all. It definitely has to be somebody in cahoots that knows what's going on. I have my thoughts as well. We're going to get to that in a second. And they kind of made it obvious, like they want you to think that it's this person. But before we get there, man, why didn't Xavier call it in? That was frustrating to me. I was screaming at the TV. Now, I'm not no law enforcement agent, Secret Service, and all this, and have all the training and all the psychology behind this and all that. But I was saying, man, he up here touching the body. I think he touched the cabinet or the curtain. You walking across the blood. You're gonna leave your footprints everywhere. I was just like, what are you doing? Call it in. This is crazy. Right. Were you feeling the same way or no?
I was feeling call it in. However, I knew the fact that he wasn't calling it in mean that there was some big piece of evidence that he knew for the reason why he couldn't immediately call it in. And I was just hoping that we was going to get the reveal in this episode and not later on. And thankfully, they did give us the reveal of why he didn't call it in.
Well, let me back up. I did forget to ask you a question based off something you just said and about the president and Xavier Collins. So you feel like Xavier is just doing his job. You don't feel like he actually cares for the president.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not at all. Okay. I feel like there might been one moment sometime around getting shot where he was starting to care about the president. But other than that, I just think he's a stalwart for his job.
Okay. All right. Now, in the time that Xavier was not calling in, we got this gentleman right here involved in the picture as well. They were joking at the beginning.
Yeah.
About penis size and muscles, and gym muscles are not real muscles. I'm pretty sure you've heard that argument before, Lamont. But how you feel about this character right here? How you feel?
I don't know how to feel about him yet, other than he thinks he's got jokes. He obviously lifts weights. He's got a small penis, and he can't run a mile. It takes him 14 minutes to run a mile.
That is awful. I know they had to be joking, but they had to.
Yeah. That's
like, in hell, you're a Secret Service agent. An average man out of shape can do a better mile than that. That's insane.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like, you can walk, run, and do better than that. But anyway, I don't know how to feel about him just yet. Do I think he's got something to do with this whole situation? I do. I just don't know what his role is. I think he's in it. They tried to position him as if he couldn't have had nothing to do with it because his ass was asleep. Yeah, but for behavior, I think that's a ploy.
Okay. You know, it may be a ploy, and I forgot about that. I personally don't think he's a part of it. I like the guy. I didn't like him at the very beginning when they were talking about muscles and all that. You know, I was just like, okay, blah, blah. But when he was sitting on the toilet and he was like, hey, man, he's been Lannistered or whatever he said. And he got this serious face. You know, he was on the toilet. You know, I need you here 5 minutes ago. He was like, I will be there. You know, that's when I was like, okay, you know, down ass dude right here, 10 toes down, you know, gonna be there for his friend. They got the jokes and they throw the jabs, but he gonna be there for his buddy, you know. And so I really did appreciate that. And, you know, just the way he you know, his seriousness when he got into the room, the scene, the crime scene, hey, bro, you gotta call this in. And he was listening to everything he had to say. He wanted to give his opinion. He was about to say something, but he was like, nah, let me just shut up and do, you know, what my superior said or my colleague said. So I like that. You could be right. It could be a ploy. At this moment, I don't think it's a ploy, but we will see. We will see. Now, you said when they were trying to figure everything out and going and looking at the surveillance photos or surveillance videos, we saw that after, you know, the security guy called him out, or the Secret Service agent was like, oh, okay, and you left here at 10:04 or 10:02. And then the black lady friend came over and they was looking at the cigarettes, the glasses, the earrings, and it was the earrings of this lady right here. And at the end of the episode, she came in there trying to charge up Sterling, trying to charge up Xavier. Like, what did you do? I forgot exactly what she said, but she had a stick up her butt that needs to be removed. Now, I think she had something to do with it, but that's just so obvious. You know, they you know, underhand threw you that one right there. But maybe that put just another reason to throw you off. Do you think that she is involved? How you feeling about her character? Let me know, sir. Let me know.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you that follow my other TV reviews, you know that 75% of the time I strike gold on these predictions. So there are 3 individuals we got to keep an eye on. The ex-Secret Service agent that Xavier is replacing. Okay. The wife of the president and this lady right here. Because the president is having a jump off with this lady. And if the wife found out that he's dipping in the chocolate and she don't like it, then you've got another enemy. And let's just say that this chick found out that the wife is upset and the wife is threatening all kinds of stuff. Then you got another enemy. And then let's just say that the person that got fired with the Secret Service obviously is going to have a relationship with the wife and this lady, because this lady is the boss of the Secret Service. You're going to have triple the problems. So somehow, some way, I think she might be in cahoots with the situation. But because she was so obvious, they zeroed in on her earrings. They zeroed in on her dipping in the president's office. I'm going to safely say that she doesn't have anything to do with it. As a matter of fact, she might even come back to try to help Xavier by the end of the season.
That would be dope. You know, the black people teaming up together and all that stuff. Okay. So we're worrying about the wife, the Secret Service agent that got fired, and then the dude outside with the microphone. But we're not worrying about the black lady right now.
No, not worried about the black lady. Not worried about the black lady.
All right. Now that other agent, I don't, you know, there's really no point of her to bring it up. I mean, the wife, you know, well, now let me ask you, how you feeling about her, man? I don't, you think she involved? You know, what the F is going on? I don't, you know. She may end up dead. She may end up dead later on or something, hitting the crossfire or something.
Before I became a writer, I was pretty good at guessing this stuff. And as of this moment, you can't summarily say that she's not a part of it, because she's someone that you are thinking doesn't have anything to do with it. So when they write these murder mysteries, you've always got the person who they throw in your face that doesn't have anything to do with it, that looks like they should. And then you have your people that are so far away from it that they don't look like they got anything to do with it, and then pop up in the end having something to do with it. So I'm going to say it's a toss-up. She might have something to do with it, B. Avery, possibly.
What about this character right here?
This is the wife, and I think she got something to do with it.
No, that's not the wife. That's the.
That's not.
No, she was doing the interview stuff. The wife was the one screaming. She was.
Yeah.
This woman right here was coming in to get the daddy. I think this is the daddy right here. Like, hey, where's Kyle at? Where's Kyle?
My bad. You're right. You're right. No, I don't think she got anything to do with it. Nor the daddy.
Okay. Now let's go. I like this actor right here. He's been in a number of things. His real name is Scott Lawrence. He's like, sir, just want to let you know, if you want to proceed, you're gonna get some secrets, and you can't tell nobody. If you do, we're gonna hit you in the back of the head. All this stuff. And he said, I guess the world is coming to an end, bro. You know, actually, am I jumping too far ahead? Should we continue to talk about the death and the investigation? What did I leave out? So they call it in. He tell the white girl to call it in. She calls it in. Everybody shows up, and you have the lady that I just had on the screen as well. You know, she's doing her investigations. Man, what do you have any thoughts on what Sterling Xavier was looking for? You know, when he told the white dude to go outside and, you know, take mental snapshots, and, you know, you have any idea what he was looking for?
Possibly those earrings. And the other thing is, it's very important that people understand, on paper and on tape, the last person to be with the president, supposedly, is Xavier. We know that that's not the case, because when Xavier opened that door, that window, and the breeze was clearly blowing in on the president's dead ass body. I mean, if he would have stayed there a few more minutes, the vultures would have flew in and started biting. But we know that's the case. But Sterling probably was looking for some earrings and some other evidence of who he thought might have been in there, so that he can try to clear his name, because right now he understands fully that he is going to be the main suspect, because he was the last person on record to have been with the president. So I think he was trying to garner those earrings. He was trying to garner any other evidence that could have possibly been in there, so that he can exonerate himself.
Right on. Now, I guess, is an asteroid coming to destroy the Earth? Is that? I don't think it's aliens.
Bro,
I mean, what the hell?
Bro.
That was a very intricate
Ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Like trillions of dollars. I was going to say billions, but I mean, we got to be in the hundreds of billions of dollars upper for that construction site.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the full circle of why it's called paradise now. B. Avery, in the beginning of this story, I had questions about, why does the head Secret Service have such a nice house down the street from the president's retirement community? They don't get paid that much money. And the government shows the hell ain't paying for them to stay in houses like that. So that was a clue to me, like, what's going on here? But I let it go, use a little TV magic. I just let it go. Then we get to your character, the general, who's talking about, we're about to have an Earth level extinction event. And I'm thinking to myself, well, damn, we going to mix in murder mystery with Independence Day?
You know what I'm saying?
And then we get Sterling going outside, and the running billboard is messing up. So I'm thinking, or somebody got some new MPI weapon that can just magnetically flush everything. And then we see Sterling looking up into the sky that looks as though a rocket has taken off into the sky, like someone shot off a nuke. And I'm thinking, I'm on the edge of my seat by this behavior. I'm up here like, man, let me go get my popcorn at the end. What the is going on? And then they just transition into a light bulb underground. I was like, what happened? What? And then we realized that it's paradise down here. So I'm just like, whoa, writer. Kudos for pulling together a murder mystery with some sci-fi elements and an extinction level event and a dead president. Extremely creative.
Yeah.
Shout out to the writing team and executive producers. You guys, chef kiss on that.
Yeah. Yeah. They did that. They did. I just had to play a sound effect real quick. But yeah, man, I would have been 100% satisfied with this just being a murder mystery, you know?
Me too.
And us exploring the relationship between Xavier Collins and the president and what went wrong, you know? But they done threw this whole other thing in here. This is insane. And we got 8 episodes to go. It seemed like it needs to be longer. So yeah, man. What else your final thoughts, sir? Because I'm hooked. I'm in here, bro. I'm in there like swimwear. I can't wait to see what happened in episode 2. So
yeah man. It was great. I'm interested in understanding more about the extinction level event. And if you caught what Xavier Collins said his wife does, I'm sure she was someone that had help in designing Paradise. And if we break down what we've learned, it might be that the president had to make an executive decision to leave the wife on Earth outside of Paradise, and now they're down here.
I didn't know what? Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. He said, I will forgive you when I can sleep, and I'll go be able to sleep when you're dead. Or something like that.
When you're dead.
That's crazy. And then he ends up dying the same night. That's throw it off. I'm liking it, man. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is our recap review for Paradise, season 1, episode 1, titled Wildcat is Down. I'm loving the episode. Lamont is loving the episode. Hopefully episodes 2 and 3 or to be just as good. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Lamont, man, is there anything on your channel that you want to shout out and let the people know, or you chilling right now?
I'm chilling right now, people, but I will be back. I had to get my head right, get my mind right, because I'm really sinking my teeth into how I can teach people how to make money in the stock market. While we got the commander and crook in office, it's going to be a boom in the stock market. And I want people to really understand how they can manipulate it and take advantage of it for their own benefit. So I'll be getting back to doing politics and some TV show reviews, that whole thing. But for now, just enjoy what I'm doing with B. Avery and just bear with your boy.
Already, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, I can subscribe to my channel as well. Got some nice stuff in the pipeline for you. But guys, I'm enjoying the show. If you want our recap, if you want my reaction for the first episode of me watching it, go ahead and click right here on my face. If you want our reaction or recap for episode 2, go ahead and click on Lamont's face over here. But guys, again, we just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, that's Lamont, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.